Hey, tubes of you. This is a weird kind of video. I lost a friend the other week. She threw herself in front of a train, and nobody knows why. She was amazing, and I mean amazing on a level that few people even consider. She was funny, she was smart, she was bubbly, she was engaging and emotional, and stunning to look at. So why she decided to leave this life is a little bit of a mystery to me and everyone who knew her. But instead of getting pissed off like I was starting to get when I first got down to the boats, I decided to channel that energy, slam a Bang energy drink, and knock out not only this boat, but that cobalt sitting off the bow. Keep in mind, please, that I'm almost 50 years old, and I've been doing this for almost 15 years for somebody who doesn't give a rat's ass about me or the quality of the work that we did. All she cared about was the money. And that's evident after a year in court trying to get her to a fair settlement. This girl literally thinks that every dime that we made, she owned, which is a special kind of stupid that only she can achieve. And after 14 years of trying to convince her that that's not the case, I'm now having to go to court to convince her that it is the case. Anyway, don't let this detract from the video. Basically, you've got a 50-year-old guy going to town on two boats, compound and wax, and these are the results I get. Now, I'm not trying to sell you a book or a program or wax or compound or rags or anything like that. Everyone else is, and you've probably seen a ton of the videos. Those guys will spend 3 days on a boat, and they'll show you all of the products that they've used and how they've used them and where you can get them, and here's a link and blah, 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 and here's my Patreon. You know what pays my bills? This. I can teach you how to do this. Either you can watch my videos, or you can ask me questions, or you can show up for a training class, in which case, by the time you leave, there's not going to be a boat on the water that you don't think, yeah, I got that. Alright, I'm going to stop talking for a little bit. You can check this out. If you don't think that these techniques and the things that I do are efficient or good enough, because there's no way you could do two boats in one day. Yeah, you can. In fact, I took all the snaps off. I taped off all the non-skid, the trim, the windshield. I didn't half-ass this boat at all. And if you think these results are rare, here's a boat we did about 6-8 months ago, and it was trashed. I mean, it was beyond trash. I actually suggested to the customer, you might consider donating this boat. Instead, he asked us to go ahead and do whatever we could to make it look as good as we could, and we did. And this is almost half a year later. And it still looks great. So if you see anything in the hull that you don't like, I don't care. Most people who do this type of work use wet sand, then they compound, and then they wax it with carnauba wax, which means that they have to come back and do this at the longest time, maybe 3 months, but usually about 3 weeks, because carnauba doesn't last. And it's funny because this boat, if it turned into what it was before, that would have broken my heart. This boat was nasty. Look at this. Blech. So, if you want to keep watching videos where guys spend 3 days and they're using microfiber towels and microfiber pads and random orbitals and force rotation and flex and basically every car tool that they've got in their lexicon for a boat, by all means, keep watching. Or you can grab some compound, a wool pad, and do this to a boat on your first day. Wash it, wax it, and you're done for the season. Ta-da! Now, I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying I'm better than most. And you can tell who's good and who's bad by who shows you something and who tries to sell you something.